And you do the radio? Are you a big radio?
Yeah.
Personality?
Am I on the radio?
ESPN LA, Sports 710.
Yeah.
Wasn't you?
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Doing traffic?
Yeah.
Yo, there's a lot of fucking cars out there, so...
405, stay clear of it. It still sucks.
I really don't understand the point of traffic reports.
I don't either.
They're
I was
still
just
on
thinking
now,
about
and
that.
it's like...
So useless.
Just get a phone.
Especially,
how do you have a car? You don't have a phone.
Especially in Los Angeles, where like they could be giving you traffic reports like 60 miles away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need to know about what's going on like the 7, 10? Yeah, always.
Dude, I hate receipts.
I've never heard a traffic report that was relevant to me.
Yeah.
I think it's just to keep helicopters in business.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking
you know what? It probably is. You say that,
that's
but
like 60% of the helicopter
It's
business.
probably got to be the helicopter unions.
How many news channels are there? What, like 8?
I was laughing about. Do you guys know about the ALPA, the pilots union?
No.
They're in a dispute. They're in like contract negotiations with Spirit, and all the like pilots have been like engaging in like an illegal work slowdown. And like,
nice.
There's like a restraining order from the court against like the pilots because they were just like not flying planes, and it caused a riot in Florida. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Which is like, I'm pretty pro labor, but like just do your job.
I know. I'm so anti.
Don't be a goon, and cause a fucking riot. Especially when you fly for Spirit. Yeah. You know how ready all of those passengers are to fucking murder somebody. If like you not doing your job causes someone to join ISIS, then like
that's on you.
Yeah. I feel like that's not on the pilots. I feel like I'm so anti-airline right now. Like whatever anybody does to just fuck with it, I'm here for it.
Yeah,
but at least it's
they're like mad about their compensation package, which is like already huge. I mean, they should get whatever they're asking for, but like, it's not a strike. They haven't reached the end of their contract.
Right. They're just being...
I mean, they're literally acting illegally to...
I know. I just feel like if...
fuck up air travel.
Yeah, on the most trash airline.
Yeah, right.
No, I understand, but I sort of support them just because, like, when I've worked shitty jobs that I hated, I did a bad job.
Okay, airline pilot isn't a shitty job. Because minimum compensation has got to be like fucking $100,000 a year.
I don't know.
And I know that because I sold a car to a pilot one time and I saw his fucking how much money he makes. So they all make that same amount as that guy. They bought a fucking Navigator.
But he's still buying a car from 18-year-old you.
Yeah.
So.
Like, wait, you used to sell cars, bro?
Yeah, briefly, yeah.
Yeah, you were a hustler, bro. You used to sell cell phones.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's how I went from cell phones to working at a gas station, and then I went into the car dealership. I'm like, look, I already got sales experience and I know gas, so
what's good?
Yeah.
Wait, why do you need to know about gas?
You don't really.
Oh, cool. But they're like, oh, so you know where the gas goes.
They loved me. They were so excited to hire me at that dealership. It was like a family dealership or whatever, and then I was just like always showing up drunk and fucking looking like shit, and just a real disappointment to that poor family. I think they went out of business.
Oh, I remember one time when you were back in DC, we like went to some pizza place and you were trying to get a job at like probably the most depressing pizza place I've ever been to.
I'm a career pizza man. Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. It was bleak, and the guy was like, I can't pay you minimum wage. We were like,
give you minimum wage from the 90s.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Yeah, dude. I worked at Papa John's, Domino's, some place called Johnny's, and then Jerry's Subs and Pizza.
Oof.
I worked at Wegmans Pizza in Woodbridge.
That's cool.
Yeah, wasn't that
Wegmans
bad.
is the one that people respect, though, right?
The thing about pizza is that like the guys that get in there and just stay there for the rest of their lives, and it's like sort of depressing, but it's also such an easy job. You just like eat pizza all day and get high in like the behind the store.
Yeah.
Wegmans didn't really have the get high area, but you could get high after you left.
You go to like one music festival a year. There's always somebody that's like going to Bonnaroo or something. You know?
Yeah.
I remember being lectured at Domino's because I didn't smoke weed. They were like, oh, by the way, like everyone smokes weed here, so feel free to just get high.
It was
the Noid.
Yeah. It was that slice of pizza from the Pizza Hut early 90s commercials.
That gas station, not the gas station. I worked at a car dealership too. I was in my head about that shit. Lindsay Chevrolet, and that was the sweetest gig. I used to steal gas.
You remember Coons?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. How did they get away with that?
I have no idea. They're still rocking.
There's a place too called Blue Knob Automotive. That was like a mid-Atlantic dealership. I used to see whatever the little stamp is they put on cars.
Yeah,
Blue Knob Automotive, yeah. Which is like a blue dick tip.
I live down the street from a Lube Masters. Is Lube Masters on the corner.
Any type of Lube Masters.
How about this? Pube Masters.
Hey.
Jiffy Pube.
Now
you go in there. I want those quick pubes that you guys promise.
Every 3,000 miles.
Or like a Chinese guy going to Jiffy Lube. That's a fun character.
Ooh.
Imagine him trying to say the name of that place. Dana, what was that hilarious story you told the other day?
No.
You got to tell us.
No, I don't want to.
You shouldn't have told me.
I know I should not have told you. Okay.
You're not in any jeopardy here.
I know. It's not even, I mean.
It's very funny.
Well, basically, there's a very nice lady from Taiwan that works in my office, and we were talking about...
For the listeners out there, Taiwan is...
It's over there.
Yeah. It's a part of China.
Yeah.
Very similar to Japan or Korea or Vietnam.
It's
another
Asia.
China that broke off when regular China decided to become even more Chinese.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not doing extra chopsticks.
Yeah.
Get me out of here, yo.
Yeah.
Right. So Taiwan, they get 2 fortune cookies, I think, is the cultural difference between the two.
With every purchase. Dry cleaners.
Have you ever seen those racist businesses from Taiwan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're so, like, isolated, I guess, like, culturally, that they, like, don't understand, like, racism, like American racism towards, like, black people, so they just think it's, like, funny.
Oh,
so they had, like, a toothpaste called, like, Darky toothpaste with, like, a blackface guy on the toothpaste.
They just have a lot of
white teeth.
Yeah. Well, that's why. That was, like, the point is because, like, you can have your teeth as white as, like, a black guy.
And just a lot of like really offensive store names that I can't.
You know the one I'm talking about. Right?
I can't remember what it is, but I can't remember if they use the N-word.
It's just that's just the name of it.
Literally
N-word king. Yeah.
And it's like I think it's a chicken place.
No, it's a shoe store. Or something.
Okay.
It's like a culture store.
Shoes and chicken.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, well, then there would be no other name for that store. It's aptly named. If it's shoes and chicken and mixtapes, what else are you going to call that store?
They got a combo pack.
Maybe the problem is king. You know, maybe it should be emperor. But that's right on point.
You know, that's right. I was wondering if either of you guys have ever been called the N-word. I know, Nick, I'm pretty sure you have, just somewhere in your travels.
Yeah.
But Dana, that would be interesting. Maybe you're on a bus and some lady was like...
It's weird because for white people, like, being called the N-word is like that scene in The Matrix where Neo discovers he can dodge bullets. you like think it's going to be a problem, and then you're like, Trinity, help! And then you're like, oh, I guess I'm the one. And then people are saying the N-word at you and you just stop all the N-words with your hand.
I don't think I have.
The one man born inside the N-word who has the power to control it.
Yeah, and then lots of other people.
Which is because I'm pretty sure, like the architect guy from the second Matrix, he probably looks exactly like the guy that invented the N-word.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's weird to think that a guy came up with it. That there was some like Southern businessman that's like, fellas, I got an idea for you. I want this knitted on a pillow.
I almost got arrested because I called a cop the N-word one time.
Really? Was it a black cop?
Yeah, it was like an older black dude, and they don't really play that.
Yeah.
Depending on who you talk to, you know, depending on which barbershop you went to.
Right.
Yeah. Either you're down or you're not. And I was working the door.
Oh, soft A.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like went up to a black cop.
No.
Calling him like a...
Very racist.
I was at the women's march and just got a little too. I got a little too riled up outside of there, and I just
very interesting.
let the first parking enforcement dude I saw have it.
I probably said this already on the show, but like I was laughing about like you go to the women's march and you're like, yeah, slut walk, and everyone's mad. You're like, what? I thought you said that was the name. I thought you wanted it to be called that.
It's not offensive. You said it wasn't offensive anymore.
You told us to say slut walk
in a pink sweater.
Yeah,
it up.
You have pussy hats on your head.
Yeah,
because you're big sluts. That's how it works.
Well,
I wish that was how like you remember when like kids were doing sex bracelets?
Yeah.
What if it was pussy hats instead? That would just be fun now.
Are the sex bracelets? Are you talking about when people would wear a bracelet?
Yeah,
for every
yeah.
time
It was
they
like
had sex?
and it was like, okay, I've got a yellow bracelet. That means I suck dick now. Or I've got the green one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you had to break them, and then whichever one you broke, they had to do the thing.
I think different schools just had different rules.
Yeah.
Generally, it was sex acts
now
and colors.
I'm remembering.
I remember some drunk girl when I was 15. She like came. She was like always a bitch to me. And then she was like drunk and like was like you have to break this. It means you have to fuck me or whatever.
Oh my god!
I remember being
teens
flattered.
are disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so gross that teens have sex and it's
it's
awful.
basically like being in like a co-ed like jail or something sort of.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They've got like different rules.
Yeah,
it's a whole nother ecosystem.
Right, and every jail has different rules.
Exactly.
And then you get out and you're like, oh, you guys didn't do this, and you're.
Yeah, what happened at your jail?
You ever do that? You ever do that shit where you like open up your laptop in the morning? Like I use, my laptop at work, so I was at work, and then you open it up, and then you forget what you were looking at like the night before, like as you were going to sleep.
Well, I don't use my laptop at work.
Oh, well, maybe you do it with your phone. Your last browser. And I went to sleep looking at like pictures of all the execution chambers in the United States.
Oh my god!
Like, where they,
I thought this was gonna be about porn or something. Where it's like you look at weird porn,
and I'm like, I wonder why I'm depressed. Yeah,
doing serious research.
Did you learn anything?
No, I have like a morbid fascination with the death penalty.
It's very creepy.
I think it's barbaric and it should be illegal, but a part of me wants to be executed.
It's definitely it's a pretty cool way to go out. Not a lot of people.
Yeah.
I feel like being strapped, it's such a horrifying way to die.
Yeah.
Is being strapped, especially the electric chair.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I've read so many articles recently about the fucked up injections with the like almost expired drugs that they don't even really know how it works.
Yeah, and they're just trying to kill more people just to do the shit.
Yeah. And that to me is so much worse than the electric chair because it's just you can
lethal injection has the highest failure rate out of any method of execution that has ever been invented.
It's so awful.
So they had this like progression of the death penalty being like, we were hanging people, and then they stopped doing it because a couple of people got decapitated, and it's pretty gruesome when hanging fucks up. Oh, really? The guillotine is like the best way to do it.
Clean.
The guillotine or of the firing squad,
right? But we can't yield any concessions to the French. They already feel like they invented everything. That's the thing I hate about the French. I don't know if I brought that up before, but anytime the French make anything, they had to this is it's the French computer. It's like, why don't you just call it the computer? It's the French press,
True,
French fries.
Yeah, they hold on to their shit for a while.
It has to be the French for a French toast.
That's why we call it the French guillotine.
Yeah.
Every time you have to specify.
That was done during the Revolution, so they didn't even know they were France anymore. They didn't have a like. They didn't have a king. They just killed him with this thing.
Which is,
it occupies this weird historical period.
Very cool.
Yeah,
motherfuckers was just eating pirouettes with no vision.
Well, anyways, so then they came up with the chair because somebody saw someone accidentally get killed by an electric or by like a fence or like some live wire, and they're like, that would be a great way to murder a prisoner. That was like the first thought that guy had.
Was that back in the time when they were like, we want to make this painful, or was the guy were they like, this will be better for the prisoners?
No, I think like because of the cruel and unusual punishment clause, it was like always a.
Oh yeah, they have to pretend that it's.
Yeah, they have to find a way to make it as not painful as possible. So then
you shake your hand before you do it.
The electric chair, and then the electric chair yielded to the gas chamber, which is like horrifying because they drop like a gas. It's a pellet that goes into, I don't know, it's like a hydrogen chloride pellet or something, or that's the gas that it makes. And then people they're like, just breathe the gas, just breathe it. And this guy like holding his breath as long as he can and like screaming and shit.
I thought they just sprayed like a bunch of Fabuloso.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like some Ajax.
Yeah. Well, it's basically drowning people is what the fucking gas chamber is.
But I think it's more painful than drowning, because like drowning supposedly once you get to a certain point you just like drift off, but if you're like breathing in a gas then it's painful.
Yeah, that burns your lungs.
Yeah, then it's much
well, it's
worse.
also it's absorbed through your skin too.
Oh.
So even if you're not breathing in, you're still being like subjected to like this awful poison.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah,
just being dipped like a fucking cone.
Well, the first time they tried to do
you make that sound delicious.
Yeah. Right. Then you turn it upside down like a blizzard.
I would love to get dipped like a cone.
Make sure none of your shit spills out. That's what they actually. All the methods they're trying to figure out a way to kill someone without them shitting when they die.
Ooh.
Because that's disrespectful to the executioner and the warden.
And the family. Everybody has to watch that.
Yeah, everybody has to watch that guy's shit.
Why don't you say, here, I got a solution. Put a diaper on them.
Yeah.
Let's bring diapers back.
The electric diaper?
Yeah.
That'd be a cool death penalty.
Very trendy.
Well, I always feel like there'd probably be like one of those like southern closeted wardens that's like, we've invented a new method of me sucking his dick to death. I don't like doing it, but it's the only way in God's Christian jail to make sure this man dies without torture is I personally have to suck his dick until he dies.
All right, everybody close your eyes. Okay, open
I'm not sure if this is really the right way. No, everyone gather the family around to watch.
We got a gay man walking on the Green Mile. We got a gay man walking. Gay man walking on the Green Mile. Boss, it hurts, boss. John Coffey being sucked off by Percy. It's fucking angry Tom Hanks, like you got to swallow the cum. Percy refuses to swallow it. Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought the sponge was wet. He's just giving him like a very toothy blowjob because he's a sadist. Stop putting your teeth on it, Percy. And that movie's called The Gay Mile.
That's a hit, baby.
Or The Queen Mile, maybe?
I like Queen Mile.
Yeah.
That's got a little crossover appeal.
Yeah. Well, anyways, back to Dan Carlin's hardcore history of... yeah, the first time they tried to do death by gas, they just tried to like pump gas into the guy's cell. Like that just didn't work. They're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna use a hose and try and kill him this way.
That's late. They just didn't want to take him to the execution chamber.
They didn't have one yet. Then they had to make a hermetically sealed chamber to gas people in. But then they did, lethal injection, and lethal injection is like it has like a 7.8% failure rate or something, so you have like a 1 in 10 chance.
I mean, I'm sure it was just
1 in 12 chance.
It works, but it just takes like an hour.
Yeah, well, it fucks up a lot. Either they miss the vein or whatever, and they can't get like. I think that you can't get like medical professionals to participate because of the Hippocratic Oath. So it has to be like just jail shitheads.
And then they can't get one of the
drugs
ingredients.
That's why Arkansas has been like killing.
Yeah,
they killed like 11 people, or they're trying to kill like 11 people before the drugs expire.
Is that still up? It's not up yet?
No, I think it's over.
I think it was just last week.
That shit was a hustle, man. Like, like one guy died one time, and they were like, okay, let's kill everybody with this. Let's just keep doing it. What else are we going to do with these 5 things we bought?
Utah still has a firing squad.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Which is actually, believe it or not, the only thing that has never had a botched execution. That's
that makes sense.
Bullets undefeated.
So easy to kill someone with a gun.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about that, if you look at the chair they use, it's terrifying. They make you sit in a chair.
School chair.
No, it's like it looks like Darth Vader's like regeneration capsule.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's this scary black chair with sandbags all around it to catch like any stray bullets.
Oh shit!
Just tie a guy to a fucking post like the old days. I feel like if you're gonna kill somebody by firing squad, they should get to design their own military outfit they wear in lieu of the final meal, which Texas had to stop doing. Did you hear that story?
No.
Yeah, they just stopped doing it because one guy's like, I want 2 buckets of chicken. I want an ice cream sundae. I want a full pizza, Hawaiian pizza. I also want pepperoni on it. I want a lasagna. I want chicken carbonara. He like ordered this enormous meal.
They couldn't just not give that guy.
Well, they brought it to him and he's like, I'm not hungry. He just didn't eat any of it. And then they're like, final meals are canceled, everybody. That guy went to heaven.
The one guy who fucked around with the last meal.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Why not, man? I mean, if they're going to let you order anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Why can't we do that as not felons? You know how coupons have limits?
Yeah.
If a last meal dude gets to buy fucking 8 buckets of chicken.
Yeah.
Let me get the same. Let me get the Groupon rate round the clock.
Last meal Groupon?
Yeah. I need last meal level Groupons.
What would your last meal be? I'm going to say pussy before anyone else makes that joke.
That's all you.
The warden's wife's pussy.
Well, now mine is going to sound stupid.
Yeah. No, the warden's dick. Demand to suck the warden's dick. I'm sorry, warden, but it's his right.
To completion,
it's
boss.
Yeah.
He needs to have something to eat.
We got a gay man walking.
Everybody's wearing lace.
Yeah. I don't know if that movie's good or not. I can't decide. Green Mile, thoughts?
It's one of those movies where like I try to watch it and I'll fall asleep. I've fallen asleep at every point in Green Mile. You know
Is that a Stephen King movie?
Oh, I don't know.
That seems very Stephen King-ish.
Well, I was just I think I already told you this, but I watched fucking, what is it called? Princess Mononoke this week, and I did fall asleep in that.
Of course.
Yep. So you guys are right.
Too strange.
Very pretty. Just put me to sleep.
You got to be on acid at a minimum to even try.
You got to be Japanese or obsessed with Japanese culture.
I feel like you got to be real into like animation, because I did tell people I worked with, and I wish I hadn't. They seemed really sad that I didn't love it.
Yeah, I worked at the BSO, the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra, doing like telefunding in the basement, and everyone I worked with was all these old ass women. And did I tell you that story about that? There's that one old lady I worked with who was like very friendly, and like one day I was just sort of chatting with her casually. I told you this story? So. Oh my God, dude. And she's like, well, yeah, I recently moved back to the city. I was living in Salisbury, Maryland for a while, and I had to leave there because of some personal issues. And I was like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, Salisbury's kind of boring though. And she's like, yeah, well, I left because my home was invaded and I was beaten and raped and left for dead.
Fuck.
And I was like, because it's like a grandma. I was like, Jesus Christ. She's like, yeah, they broke in and they cracked my skull and they raped me, and I'm pretty sure that the mayor's office was involved. I'm saying like this is a government conspiracy to rape her. So she's like, so I couldn't go to the police department because of being raped by the mayor, or whatever.
Oh my God.
And then she's like, just turns over my shoulder. Oh, hey Janice, how you doing tonight? Like just completely breezing past this horrific SVU story. But yeah, when I was working there, like I guess George Takei was coming to like the Lyric Opera House to, I guess, read memes or some bullshit. And this fucking nerd I worked with, who is easily one of the least attractive people I've ever seen in my life. This poor guy. He's like looking at the brochure, and I guess like as like the shittiest, lowest level employees, we got like some kind of discount or whatever. They were describing it to me. They're like, yeah, you can actually go see all of these programs. And I immediately threw it in the trash. I have no interest in
just maintaining eye
seeing
contact.
anything involving the opera. You know, or the fucking.
That's right.
I go see movies, action movies, Steven Seagal, you know, that kind of stuff.
Hard target.
Especially not George Takei. I'm not going to go see.
Well, that's different than that. I'm going to defend the opera and say
Hard Target
better than
JCVD.
George Takei.
Ooh,
you're thinking of
Excuse-moi.
Hard to Kill.
Oh,
people make that mistake a lot
all the time.
Yeah. George Takei, though, he finds that he sees it in the brochure and he says, "Ooh, George Takei!" I had to like go to the bathroom to laugh at him. That happens a lot.
Do you have to go to the bathroom?
Me having to like leave a room to go laugh at somebody.
That's nice of you to leave the room, though.
Yeah.
That really shows your maturity, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I told this story on the podcast. I'm not going to do it again. It'll piss off the people who listen to the show. They get real mad when I repeat a story, and it's all I know how to do.
That's true. As having been your friend for many years now, I feel like my main benefit is that I don't remember most of the stories that you tell.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Because eventually it's really like diminishing returns with the stories. It'll be like, man, like 9 years ago, I was at this Burger King, and I was looking at the manager of the store. The ugliest guy I've ever seen.
Yeah, they all start like that too.
Yeah. No, this is a real story. The manager of the Burger King, and just like he looked like a Burger King man. He looked like Napoleon Dynamite, and I'm like, man, this dude never gets laid. And he turns around, and he's got a huge hickey on his neck, and he's like, I just learned a lesson.
Dang! Wow! Don't judge a book by its cover.
The more you know.
That makes you think.
No, I did. I continued to judge the book by its cover. I just saw more of the cover. That could have been a bruise.
Inside cover, the forward.
Yeah, you read.
It was just a different part of the cover.
Author.
Yeah.
And the about the author was this guy fucks.
Has anyone done this observational bit? You can totally judge a book by its cover. Because it's a book.
Yeah.
So it's for queers. That's who reads.
That's not where I thought you were going to take that bit. It's true.
All of my bits go to homophobia town.
That's true.
Yeah. So I guess we should get into this James Comey thing. As the leading political podcast on the West Coast.
Ooh.
We might be, actually.
I mean, I don't know of any other ones.
Who leading
Take it. Come
political.
Town West.
We're not political.
There's no NPR on the West Coast.
We're not allowed to have it.
NPR out here, they just play like trance beats.
Yeah.
There's nothing real going on there.
Yeah.
Right. It's just a guy that, fucking went to yoga one time.
It's all traffic reports.
He's like, I used to surf, but now I do yoga.
Welcome to NPR San Diego.
Everything's pretty chill from over here.
Yeah, something like that, I guess. That's a good take on NPR West.
Nailed them. We just nailed NPR West.
Slam dunk, dude.
Nailed them to the fucking
I'm so sorry.
That's a hell of a joke right there.
I'm sorry.
No, I also got nothing for that.
Yeah, I think we're all sorry. I'm sorry as well.
How about Terry not so gross, right? Or extremely fresh air, right? Because it's better here. The air is...
The air's worse here.
Okay, the not so fresh air. How about that?
Better. It doesn't seem...
No, what?
How about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Hey.
That takes place here. Fresh air, but it's the French press of Bel-Air.
Bringing it back.
Yeah. Is it gay to dance with your father? We're talking about Luther Vandross.
That's a good one.
Is that, I feel that's a weird...
For men to dance with their father, or for women to dance with their father?
If your dad was dead and you could bring him back, I think dancing would be the last thing I would want to do with him.
Yeah.
Take that, Luther Vandross.
Oh, is that a song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luther
Vandross was in the closet for like all of his career. And then like he was about to die, and then he made a song about dancing with his dad. And that was like technically him coming out, I guess.
Yeah.
Weird way to come out.
Yeah.
Really, you'd think that if he'd spent his whole life thinking about it, maybe don't bring up your dad.
Luther Vandross he strikes me as a guy with no hobbies either. I don't know what he did. I think he just did shows and just sat in one room alone in the dark.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think a lot of people don't have hobbies.
Yeah.
And it's...
Especially when you can't be gay outside. It's like...
Yeah, you just sort of like hang out.
Go? You can go be gay. Rollerblading. Perfect example of being gay outside.
Yeah, that is... Yeah.
Yeah. To rollerblade with my father. Rollerblade with my father again.
And they're just like cut off shorts.
Yeah. Sip on fucking Francia with my father again. And do a bunch of other gay shit. Come on, guys. What are some gay guy things?
wearing cool clothes.
Yeah, wearing cut off shorts, Franzia, cool clothes, redecorate the house. Boy, they love that.
Crown molding.
Yeah,
something of that.
Moisturizing
do gay
your
guys
face.
do crown molding?
I think they're the only
ones. You know how gay guys love those coping saws. They can't get enough of them. So James Comey was fired by Donald Trump. I feel like I am the only person in my friend circle that does not give a shit about this.
Yeah, because he's just going to keep firing people that say he's bad, and that's just going to happen for 3 more years?
I don't even think he's say that it's that he's bad. I think it's the issue is that they probably wanted to fire him a long time ago, and then they didn't, and then this was a way to do it where they get to look like they made some magnanimous gesture towards Democrats by defending Hillary Clinton.
I mean, that's what is weird about it, is the defense of Hillary Clinton, but because
it's like a bullshit play to make it look like they have principles.
But it's so it doesn't make it. It's so clearly not a principled play.
I know,
but I don't think it's like that. I feel like he's just a crazy, really sort of angry man who does whatever he wants whenever he wants, and he just hit a breaking point.
Good analysis. We'll be back on the McLaughlin Group. Later tonight, Tony Blankley tries to suck his own dick.
You sound and look just like that dude right now.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm surprised you haven't
stance.
done your Homer Simpson impression yet.
I have. I did it 2 weeks ago on the podcast when I was talking about Adam's mom fucking dogs. I don't know how we got into that, but
I don't remember that.
Marge, did you know that Adam's mom fucks dogs?
Doesn't take much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Cool. Great.
Is that close? I can't. In my head, it sounds perfect.
Yeah, that was great. That was really good.
All right.
I'll give it to you.
Jamel, what's your take on the Comeys?
Maybe I should just call this the Homer Simpson podcast.
I rambled for a while. It's your turn.
We got to talk about this James Comey thing. Comey? That sounds what? Like a comb for your hair? No. Hi, caramba. It's me. Hey, everybody. It's me, Family Guy.
A perfect cross in between.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Family Guy Simpsons hybrid.
I was doing like a Dundalk-Homer. That's fun. Yo, it's me, Dundalk-Homer. Is that a fun character?
Yeah, that's solid gold.
Yeah. So good.
Dundalk-Homer is... Keep that one going. My only take on the thing is I enjoy watching white people argue with each other.
Ooh.
It feels like it's never been at this level in America.
Yeah.
Of just whites versus whites.
For sure.
It's pretty fun.
That's a good take.
That's good.
Yeah, I like that.
I want to check out, dude. I want to make enough money to get. This is my new thing. Is getting into. I want a teak plantation.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Where I grow, basically, I have a teak forest.
Yeah.
And I just grow teak trees somewhere down in the south.
Few 100 acres, maybe a little less.
Yeah, a couple 100 acres.
Leg it down.
Get a teak farm.
Then get the manor.
No, of course. You need an estate out there. Yeah. Basically, it's like I was thinking about Django and that plantation and how terrifying that scene is when they're going up to the plantation. But not if you identify with Leonardo DiCaprio's character. Then that's a movie about the coolest life you could possibly have.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like going to cribs.
Yeah, right.
Slavery cribs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I want. Yeah. I feel like I kind of. But you can't own. I was looking at plantations. There's one you could buy for $52 million. In South Carolina, it's this 11,000 acre plantation.
Is it listed on RadPad?
Yeah, it's on Airbnb for $52 million. But it's first of all, if you have $52 million, people already hate you. You know.
Yeah,
and
sure. You're already you
can't
bad.
buy a plantation.
Yeah,
you know? Imagine being a fucking billionaire, and we're I'm just gonna buy this. I'm going to get this plantation, and nobody's going to find out or criticize me when I buy a $52 million plantation.
But people do that all the time. I don't know who buys plantations.
Well, it's not sold, is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a great point.
Yeah.
You can the only way you can buy a plantation now is for the most wokest of activities.
Well, I was saying, they list them on there and it tells you when they're from, right? And some of them is like built in 1910, and you're like, all right. But some of them are like built in 1809. You're like, you don't admit that.
Yeah, that's
don't say if it's after 1865. Just say like, oh yeah, we don't have the paperwork. So I think it's from like the 80s. I think this is like one of the newer. It's like a tech plantation that somebody made back in like the 70s. So it's definitely not like it's not one of those plantations.
Definitely not.
I guarantee.
Right.
Tortured.
Oh yeah, this house filled with hooks that's also on the property. I don't know.
Don't look over there. Don't
get. Ignore that one.
It'll be a sunroom.
Right.
By the time you buy it.
Yeah.
You get it.
This like sandbox looking thing on the front yard with a door on top. I don't know what that is. I think maybe a dog lived in there.
But a very happy dog. Definitely a happy dog.
Mm-hmm.
Grass-fed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, those are owls. Yeah, you're just hearing owls coming to screams and stuff that'll never go away.
Yeah, it's a Audubon society.
Would you take a deal on a crib if you knew it had ghosts?
Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to live in a ghost house.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
In fact, I Googled haunted houses to buy. I was like fantasizing about buying a haunted house.
Yeah, what can ghosts even fucking do to you?
Well, first of all, they're not real.
Yeah. So that's number one.
Did you ever go to that hospital, that like abandoned hospital in like Glendale, Maryland?
Nah.
There's like an abandoned tuberculosis sanitarium that like friends of mine would go to, and they were like, we're gonna eat mushrooms and go to that abandoned insane asylum.
Why do people always want to eat mushrooms and do extra stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
just
the worst idea.
So terrible.
Being around more than 12 people on mushrooms is just as frightening as being in like a sane asylum.
I mean, being in like a poorly decorated house on mushrooms is bad. Yeah. Any of it. If it's not like a beautiful day outside,
right?
Don't do it.
Yeah, well, so people go to it in the middle of the night, and they wander around. They're like, "Oh, it's fucking haunted" or whatever. But you're just hearing other people in like breaking into this hospital and like running around it. They're like, it's ghosts or whatever.
Just one of your friends getting mugged.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Being raped. Imagine getting raped in that hospital. Someone's like, I was raped, and they're like, oh, by a ghost? A real person.
I would have to stop hanging out with all of those people.
I would love to be the SVU detective that's like gonna have to chalk this one up to ghosts. just not doing his job. Yeah, he's a really good detective, but he believes in ghosts, so sometimes he prematurely writes off these cases. North Korea, guys, feelings good, bad? North Korea, good or bad? Tony Blankley, stop sucking your own dick.
I think I'm on board the fact that I figured that the administration would have heard the last episode and cranked up the heat. Yeah. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nick said it's time, let's get him. Mm-hmm. But since we didn't bomb him yet, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we'll make it.
Yeah.
I think they'll make it.
Yeah.
I think eventually, by the end of the Trump administration, everyone in North Korea is going to have a laptop.
It would be great if Trump just keeps saying like dumb, threatening shit until there's like a coup or something, and then Trump gets credit for toppling North Korea with speech alone. Yeah. That would be the funniest outcome. The best. Yeah. I mean, everyone was saying that back when the election happened. Is like the funniest outcome is that if Trump is like an amazing president for the economy and shit. And
right. Well, because every so often he'll say something where you're like, do you want universal? Are you going to put universal health care on the table? Because like maybe he could, because he's so easily persuaded.
Yeah.
You just have to get the right people in there. Just send some famous person in there to try and convince him, flatter him a little bit.
I would trade healthcare for the plantation, to be honest with you. I feel like I would become one of those people that pretends it's the 1800s and just avoid medicine, you know.
So
I would have some immigrant I hire to shave my face with a straight razor on the porch all day long, and just die of like eye fungus or what, at age 36.
Chair, wrapped in some blankets. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right. Hey. I get one of those hearing trumpets. Get
a little closer.
Yeah, right. Would you mind? What's that? A gay man on the Green Mile.
I mean, if we could all get that instead of healthcare, that would be one thing.
Yeah, hearing trumpets.
Yeah.
Seersucker suit.
Yeah.
Just awful dental hygiene from dipping all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tobacco right off the ground.
It's just
the
now
freshest
it's like
tobacco you've ever had.
We don't have good healthcare, and we aren't old white men on plantations, and it's like I want one or the other.
Yeah.
So,
what would you rather have, a gun or universal health care?
Gun. How
Yeah.
big's the gun? Because if it's a 22, give me health care.
Any fucking gun you want, dude.
Any gun I want?
Yeah.
I get the 40 cal.
What gun would you get if you could only get one gun?
I would get like a Magnum, like like a straight up dirty, hairy fucking
44 Magnum.
Yeah, with the barrel that's like a foot long.
Yeah. Have you ever seen like a Desert Eagle in person?
No.
Or like one of those big ass guns? They're enormous. It looks like a fucking joke. Like I don't understand.
Bigger than your forearm.
Oh yeah. They're like the size of your head.
Do they have gun ranges in New York City?
I think there's one indoor one, but they've basically made it like impossible to get a gun in or like carry a gun around in New York City.
Yeah.
I bet there's just a town in New Jersey that's all gun ranges.
You can't even carry a knife in New York City, like any kind of knife.
Oh, really?
They're all
butter knife.
They use this antiquated law that made gravity knives illegal. Which gravity knives were like a thing that existed in like the 50s, which is this big ass knife that like unfolds. It's like a huge switchblade, basically.
Okay.
But because they don't exist anymore, gravity knife is now this just vague umbrella term for any knife that a police officer can flick open with like the force of gravity. So even if you have like a Swiss Army knife on you, they'll like open it a little bit, and then like if they want to charge you, and it has nothing to do with length. It's like knives that you can buy at like REI or whatever, and they'll fuck up people's lives with this bullshit legislation.
What if I want to cut the plastic things off my soda, man?
Yeah, no, I mean, if you have like priors or whatever, it'll destroy your fucking life.
Holy shit!
When I was doing that truck job, I used to carry a knife on me, and I was always worried about it.
Yeah,
you fucking do something wrong on a subway platform, and then they search you or whatever. And like, what the hell is this for?
And that's crazy because it's
killing cops, man.
It's a goddamn shame, man. You won't let a white guy carry a knife no more?
Yeah, I know.
What is happening?
That's why you got to come to Los Angeles.
Well, no, that's why I got to get my plantation.
Yeah, for sure. Do whatever you want.
Walk around covered in knives.
200 acres. Knives only.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got a bunch of gun ranges in Burbank.
Yeah, I was looking at the plantations for sale, and one of them was called Cuckold Crossing.
No, it wasn't.
It was. It was. What's your internet?
It is Wubba Lubba Dub Dub.
Wubba Lubba what? Wubba Lubba Dub Dub. Yeah. Okay. And the password?
Fresh coffee.
All lowercase?
Mm-hmm.
Fresh coffee. Everyone's going to hack your Wi-Fi.
Let's go.
That's okay. We should change it anyway. Also, it's not even working on my computer.
How many people in this building?
I don't know.
Yeah, Cuckold Crossing.
100.
Every individual has their own Wi-Fi.
It's crazy.
I feel like
we're all gonna die soon.
Yeah.
From cancer.
Just internet waves pulsing through.
Yeah.
Your crotch right now.
Every part of your body.
If you're listening to this, yeah. You're covered in fucking pulsars.
That's cool. At least we're all gonna die in like the same way.
That's fair.
Maybe
we won't need healthcare.
Yeah, maybe we'll all maybe they'll find a cure because everybody's dying of it.
Yeah. What was funny is because they were like, no, cell phones don't cause brain cancer or whatever. And then like last year they were like, okay, cell phones cause a little bit of brain cancer. It's not really that. Really? Yeah, it does. There's like a higher. But the way they did the study is they like blasted cell phone radiation at mice until they got cancer.
Oh, so they were.
But theoretically, it shouldn't be able to cause cancer because of the wavelength of the cell phone radiation.
Uh-huh.
I feel like phones update so fast they never got to finish the research.
Yeah, of course not.
Like there's scientists that are still working with like
Cuckold's
Crossing Motorola's.
Carlton County, South Carolina.
Oh yes,
sold. Somebody bought this. Somebody spent millions of dollars on Cuckold's Crossing.
You know it was Shkreli. You know it was Shkreli in there,
right? It'd be great if that guy, like, immediately that guy's wife fucks somebody. And he's like, come on.
Very pretty.
This is the last thing I thought would happen. Cuckold's Crossing.
How you gonna do me like this?
You're gonna sully the name of Cuckold's Crossing. Yeah, look at this. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Is there a painting?
Yep,
do they have art of people fucking?
They had to get rid of all the art. Yeah, it's all the artwork there is just fingernails embedded into the walls. The cat, man, why do those places still exist? They're like, well, we have to preserve it for historical purposes. There's a conservation effort. We have to keep these beautiful old plantations around. And it's like, just fucking it has there's no mention of slavery. It's not like they're keeping Auschwitz around. They're like, it's a beautiful house.
Yeah.
What if someone wants to live in beautiful Auschwitz? Some millionaire can spend $52 million.
Man,
turn Auschwitz into Cuckold Crossing, Germany.
Cuckold Manor.
Right. The Vulcan Cuck or whatever the German. I don't fucking. God damn. I wish I knew German.
That's got to be next. I feel like you got. You know a little Mandarin.
I know a little bit of Mandarin.
Know a little French, como televoo.
Spanish.
A little Spanish. Anything else?
I'm like if fucking if Jason Bourne went to like one day of training and he was like, yeah, this isn't really for me.
They just taught you all the verbs and then you just did.
Yeah, I'm not really into like conjugating or
none of that shit.
Memorizing social security numbers or.
I'm trying to learn
fighting people.
Some Icelandic, like some Nordic.
Do you want to go to Iceland?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I was looking at moving to Barrow, Alaska. It's the northernmost point in the United States.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I think that would suck.
It only has 2 days a year.
Ugh.
The sun comes up in January, sets in November. Or something like that.
Wait.
So the sun's just up.
Sun's up.
I see.
And then there's polar midnight.
Months.
Yeah.
That would get old so fast.
Yeah.
Everyone there is on meth, I presume.
It's like the average temperature year round is like 2 degrees.
Who even lives up there?
Guys like me. You know?
True.
People that couldn't get a plantation. So they went to go live with Inuits at the top of the world.
Outcasted brutes.
Mm-hmm. I would die so quickly.
Yeah.
Literally immediately, I would probably freeze to death.
I think you could I mean, I don't know. I feel like you could just use the same bits again, make some new friends. You know what I mean? I think you could dominate the
be the best comic.
Yeah, be the best comic.
Be the best comic in Barrow, Alaska.
Yeah, I agree. I think you could do it.
I worked Skyline in Appleton, and the guy that was opening was he lived in some bullshit town in the middle of Wisconsin, and I was asking him what do you just do comedy by yourself in this town? Because I can't imagine. He was like, yeah, I figure I'd just stay in Wasau and, get good in Wasau. And I was like, no, man, you got to move. You got to move somewhere where there's other people that do comedy. He's like, yeah, but, I figure I'd stay in Wasau until I'm good enough to fucking move, And he's like, make the big move. And I was like, oh, where? New York, L.A.? He's like, Minneapolis.
Madison.
Yeah, that was the big
You can just go there now.
Right, yeah. He was
ready.
Waiting until he was good enough for Minneapolis. If it's so great, folks, why does it have Minnie in the name? Riddle me this, you fucking Fargo pieces of shit.
Fargo the movie pieces of shit or TV show?
Both. They're both good.
Okay.
Easily, you could reference either.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that the amount of shows on now that aren't very good, that are barely original ideas, and then someone said out there yeah, I'm just gonna copy that movie, and then I'm just gonna call it the same thing, and they're all gonna talk the same, and the characters gonna be just derivatives of characters from the movie, and it's the best show that's been on TV in 10 years.
Some shit just works, man.
Yeah.
Not enough people talking about that Midwest rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a show called Faygo, and it's about juggalos?
Oh my God, bruh.
Ewan McGregor has like 3 different types of juggalos.
He gains 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Yo, that actor got so fat for no reason in season 2 of Fargo. Did you see that?
No.
Which
is the guy that played like Todd on Breaking Bad. He was like the main guy on Fargo season 2, and he gained like 100 pounds for the role. And it's like, just cast someone different. I don't know.
That's how I've always
this poor
felt
man
about
so fat.
that, like, actors gaining and losing weight. But I think they just do it because it makes them feel good about their craft.
Does it?
I think so.
About their Kraft like, mac and cheese.
Yeah, there it is.
It's like finally they have an excuse to eat a bunch of food, and then people, you know, make them feel good about it because it's hard to gain and lose weight.
Yeah.
It's easy to gain weight, but it's like hard to lose it. You know?
It's a good bit. That's a great bit on Instagram, just losing weight.
Yeah.
And telling everybody.
When I'm a famous actor, I'm going to go fat movie, thin movie, fat movie, thin movie, fat movie, thin movie.
Yeah.
Until they, throw me in jail.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're going to be too good of an actor if you do that.
It does feel like an excuse sometimes.
Yeah.
Where people can just like be like, I did it. I got fat as shit. And then they're like, oh, what's my line again? I mean, that's it'd be like the shittiest performance in the world, but you gain like 400 pounds. You're like, you don't understand. I'm not just a patient. I'm an English patient. I'm like, that's not your line, dude.
Yes.
Like, listen, I lost a lot of weight.
All right, who's this Schindler guy? What's this list everyone keeps talking about?
Schindler's grocery list?
Yes. Can you please memorize your lines? No, I'm busy eating for the role.
We didn't ask you to do that.
Literally, you're supposed to be in Auschwitz. We don't know why you gained so much weight.
I'm an actor.
Yeah.
An assistant bringing you cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
You're in those Nazi camp pajamas.
Yeah. Just the actor that gets super fat for every movie. Adrian Brody gained over 700 pounds for The Pianist.
Couldn't even sit down at the piano.
Just struggling to breathe. Yeah, Eddie Redmayne gaining 400 pounds to play Stephen Hawking. They're like, do you know who Stephen Hawking is?
Benedict Cumberbatch just gets super fat for what was that?
The Imitation Game?
Yeah, Alan Turing.
Yeah, the Entenmann's Game.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm fat and gay.
I'm already making the t-shirt.
Yeah, the Entenmann's Game starring Benedict Cumberbatch. Alan Turing.
Mm-hmm.
That guy liked custard, huh?
Oh, hey.
Did he? Who knows? I don't even know.
I thought that was a gay thing.
Oh, well, it could be. You were telling me about gay.com's got their own music playlist.
Oh, bro, yeah. They every year they drop a playlist every season. I had the gay.com year 2000 winter playlist.
Ooh.
And the cover is it's like a cartoon cover, but it's like just a dude in a ski suit that's like half open. And he's got some hot cocoa. And he's got skis on. What? Like, yeah, what about, I'm going to take
of
this.
Course.
Please.
Is he on snow or is he just sort of walking around with skis on?
I think he's just walking around with skis on.
Yeah.
Just showing them off.
That's
showing off the gams.
Ski suits are fantastic, and I wish that you could wear them all the time.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all.
He was right.
Yeah.
That was like the way, pantsuits are just great.
I wish I could wear all black, like lycra shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to, you go black crew neck sweatshirt.
Right.
Gray sweats for the pants.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Orthopedic black Reeboks.
Yeah.
Scully. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just Mick from Rocky.
Forever and ever.
That's
a great look.
Right.
Can you wear the New Balances? Does the Klan still have New Balances?
Oh yeah, that's theirs.
That's
theirs? It's not the Klan, it's the Proud Boys. It's the Gavin guys. They wear Fred Perry polos and New Balances.
I'm keeping mine. Fuck that.
Your New Balances?
Yeah, don't let him take it.
Because that was some DC shit. I saw a guy, I was in DC a couple weeks ago, and I saw a black dude in New Balances. And I was like, okay, we still got them.
Yeah.
Still
I think that's...
They're the best made shoe, for sure. They last forever. You can get buy a pair of 504s and wear those shoes for 9 years.
Yeah. I got these 992s to be Black Steve Jobs. I was doing a bit.
Oh, yeah?
Black Steve Jobs. So I got the same shoes he wore in all the fucking press conferences.
He had great style.
What would Black Steve Jobs invent?
I think the
diabetes. Right? I don't know.
He's still using a Nextel for sure.
Yeah.
He's bringing back chirp.
He's like Steve Jobs. You can scream at people anywhere, and he's like, "Check this out. You're blowing off work that day." But you want to talk to your friend who's also blowing off work.
Damn, I did that shit like a few years. I forgot what Black Steve Jobs even.
Oh, you used to do that as a bit.
Yeah. It was
okay.
I was just like,
it's just Steve Urkel.
Yeah,
it's Black
basically.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think I was just doing dance moves.
With this new phone, you can fuck Laura. Finally, I can finally fuck Laura.
Remember when they actually let him fuck Laura? That was like the last year of the show.
Yeah,
they changed networks. And they were like, fuck it, he fucks Laura.
Well, he was an astronaut. I mean, he was an astronaut to save the world, didn't he?
So you gotta let him fuck after that.
Yeah. That's a powerful message for kids, that if you just continually harass and pursue a woman that's told you no a million times, eventually she'll run out of options. And then she'll have to date you.
Because you save the world.
You have to be a scientist, though.
Yeah. It only works for scientists.
Yeah, you got to be a scientist. Sure. You can't just
Science division.
I love you, Laura.
That happened on Sister Sister too, right? One of them dates Roger. But he got hot. So
he started wearing cool shades
over one summer. No, he grew. He grew like a foot and a half.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Batman. That was his art musical.
Name? It was Immature. It was the name of the group, and their manager was like, "Who's that white dude that was running NSYNC and shit?" The weird creepy guy who used to wear the Letterman jackets.
Yeah.
There was like a black version of that guy, Chris Stokes.
Okay.
He was like, I don't know if he was fucking any of them, but then there was another boy group that he managed later, because that was like the 90s. She had another group called B2K.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember
B2K and Nick Cannon.
B2K.
Yeah, so he was like fucking one of the dudes from B2K.
Really? Which one?
And they came out. I forgot who it was. Was it Raz B?
Raz B.
It might have been Raz B.
Marquez Houston, better known by his stage name Batman.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a stage name. I thought that because I remember when he came out with the song, but
it's weird that they let you do that.
Just be Batman?
Just be Batman?
Yeah, that seems
How come Batman couldn't sue?
I feel like he must have been able to.
And then the real Batman's in court?
Yeah.
This is a defamation of character.
I'm not a black guy. I was never a nerd. I was always cool.
I never had braids.
Oh, man. It must be easy to have a twin.
Yeah.
Just guaranteed a career in Hollywood. There's not a single group of twins
that isn't famous. That's true.
The creepiest thing that I saw when I came to LA was I was working, running a photo booth at this club, and the guy who I guess he was a manager or something for the photo booth company, and these two girls came by who were twins and very scantily clothed or whatever, and he just turns to me and he's like, "Twins, nice." And I thought he was joking, and he wasn't joking. And then he
why would he say that to a girl?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't understand when other dudes do that to me. It's it's always some sexless fucking nerd that will be like, boobs. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Why are you
I know.
Trying to relate to me.
That's why I thought it was a joke for a sec, and I was like, oh yeah, great, And then he was all over them, and he was and he kept making eye contact with me and being like,
I work with this Puerto Rican guy sometimes that catcalls women, and it's so funny. It's I can't do it, but he can, and you can't really tell him he can't because that's his culture.
Yeah, and Spanish dudes always say "mom." Basically, hey, what's up, mommy?
Mommy.
Yeah, mommy, mamacita. What's mamacita?
Little mommy.
Little mom.
Okay.
What's up, little mom?
Little
With
mom.
Momette.
Little mom.
Excuse me, Momette.
That shit will happen on the bus to me sometimes, just dudes. I think, one of like the first times I took the bus in LA, there was this dude. I don't know what age any of these fools were, but it seemed like it was like an older guy, and he was with like two younger kids, and he was like extra hype on the bus, like he was like letting everybody know he wasn't gay. Like when he got on the bus, he was like, "Hey, I ain't down with that gay shit." Straight up,
just like,
he's like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
I miss riding the bus, man. There's so many good bus stories. I remember I was on the bus one time, and there was this like extremely day laborer looking dude, and this was back in the Nextel days, and he's sitting on the bus, and like I'm like across from him, and the bus is packed, and his phone starts ringing, and you know he's like a fucking 5'2" Guatemalan guy covered in plaster, you know, like, and his phone starts
white
ringing,
hands,
and his fucking ringtone goes off, and it's like, I'm toxic, and it's like he had like toxic as his fucking ringtone, and he's like, hello. That's a fucking, it was the funniest shit.
So
and this is back when ringtones were like $6.
Yeah. He went and deliberately got toxic.
He had to buy a Visa gift card.
Yeah,
I mean that's a great song. That song is so good, and it does.
Yeah, I remember.
It's so good.
On the bus with my friend Brianna one time, and Brianna was like a very fat black woman. Right. And we were like talking the whole time, and there's like other people who were talking. There's like these other like black dudes and Puerto Rican dudes, or you know whatever El Salvadorian dudes on like the bus. And then she got off the bus, and I was like, all right, see you later. And then she leaves, and they're all like at the window staring at her. They're like, damn. They're like, are you fucking that or whatever? And I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, what? Why not? You know, they're like blown away that I wasn't fucking this like
this is my
350 pounds like woman I just knew.
That's why I like sometimes like I don't care that much about like cat calls or anything, because it's like you can just feel like the loneliness and the sadness of people.
I'm dying,
like, coming through.
Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, hello?
Excuse me, ma'am, I'm dying.
Man with the legs.
I'm so lonely. Oh, you've got nice hair.
I'm so alone.
Keeping me through the day.
If you don't respond to me, I'll have to become gay. They're making me become gay.
That's what I hear when I get catcalled. That's exactly what.
Has anybody ever done a bit where it's like a old, like just a middle-aged white guy catcalling on the street, like, you know, like white guy, like like Protestant, like long sleeve
BuzzFeed
polo.
did that bit as like an informational video, like why catcalling is bad. It's like it's all just white guys.
Oh, they're like. When that girl walked down the street or whatever?
Yeah. No, because they didn't have any white guys in the video, and that was a complaint.
Oh, so they had to add a white guy.
BuzzFeed Comedy did like, what guys are really saying when they catcall, and it's like a bunch of white guys being like, hey, girl, I have to yell at you because I'm like full of insecurities. And it's like, why is that white guy talking like that?
Yeah, what's happening?
Why is is it because you know exactly who's actually doing the catcalling? Is that the problem?
Why is that white guy got a do-rag on?
Yeah.
What's up, shorty? my name Glenn.
Well, it's so offensive. It's like if you're gonna like make it, just make them regular white guys. I don't understand why. It's like here's a BuzzFeed video about not paying child support, and it's like I'm paying that shit. It's like that's a fucking white dude. It's like make him talk like a white guy.
Yeah, they should have done it like, hey ladies, white guys talk about your butt behind your back.
Yeah.
They should have just did it like that.
Ooh, yeah.
Let the lady
so
walk
much
by.
creepier. White guys like talking about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, it's much worse.
I don't know. That whole conversation gets like, it's so easily gets into like fucked up territory, which is why I think people stop talking about it. Because they were like, oh, well, the reason there's no white guys is because they're, you know, at work. It's like that.
Oh, shit,
like, don't say that. That makes it so much worse. Well, of course there's no white guys in it. They're all at jobs. They're all working jobs instead of hanging out outside all day.
Every white guy is employed.
Women. Yeah.
I feel like it should be more acceptable to just like scream at people on the street like whatever you're thinking about them.
Of course,
like,
first of all, it's legal. You can do that.
Oh, of course it's legal, but like
somebody screamed "Happy Cinco de Mayo, bitch" at me yesterday, and I was like, "I'm not a bitch." That was the end of it. I'm not like, all right, well, I need to start a non-profit to deal with the issue of Cinco de Mayo harassment.
Well, maybe you should.
Yeah, that would be a good way to funnel more money into my pockets.
I mean,
somebody yelled at me one time.
We got to
put a stop to this. First of all, it's cultural appropriation to say Cinco de Mayo. Did you see Mike Huckabee's tweet?
Oh, about eating a whole tub of salsa.
Mike Huckabee tweeted, he's like, "Happy Cinco de Mayo. I'm going to drink an entire jar of salsa, watch Speedy Gonzales cartoons."
Oh, my God.
Right. And take like a nap on a cactus. Whatever the last one was.
I think a hammock.
And watch a woman fuck a donkey.
Because a nap on a cactus
is the most Mexican thing you could possibly do.
Oh, my God. He's just terrible.
Get knifed down.
That's another good political take from me. Mike Huckabee is terrible.
That guy's...
Yeah, I didn't even know.
He stinks. P.U. is what I say about him.
I thought he was like kind of a regular dude. And now you tell me he's dropping Speedy Gonzales. I don't know, man.
He's a regular dude in terms of personality. In fact, he might be personality-wise.
Yeah, just on
not
TV.
On the issues. Yeah. My favorite politician.
He seems pretty.
He's the funniest guy in the world.
Well, he's definitely like, I appreciate his creativity.
Yeah,
and
because he's so bad. He's so bad at writing jokes.
He did bring Speedy Gonzales back.
Yeah, I know that's like a good specific that not everyone could think of. That's I wouldn't have thought of it if I was thinking of
my congressman. Wouldn't have thought of that shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
my alderman. He don't got no fucking comedic timing.
I don't have any funny Congress people.
Yeah, you can't do improv games with the fucking none of them fools.
Yeah, none of them.
Yeah, that's the problem with Congress is it's not funny enough.
They need to do more improv
for a bunch of clowns. Mm-hmm. They're not very funny.
That's why we got to get more comedians.
Yeah. Well,
comedians
I feel like
in Congress?
The entire government is just going to be celebrities in the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, The Rock was saying he wants
that's what I was going to say. He's gonna win.
Yeah, it's the whole government is going to be
every single
celebrity. So like
every single
the president will be The Rock, but Congress will still be like
it'll just be John Cena. The entirety of Congress will be John Cena. Just doing the fucking whatever that thing where he shakes his hand in front of his face. Yeah,
that's every hearing.
Right, everyone's dying because they don't have medicine. He's just doing that at the C-SPAN cameras. Everything's a turnbuckle, so he's getting on top of it and doing the fucking hand over the face thing. Have you seen the video of him announcing the death of Osama bin Laden?
No, whoa.
That is such a good video.
It's amazing.
Damn,
we have compromised to a permanent end. Usama bin Laden. And then everyone's like, USA, USA.
So crazy.
Which, to be honest with you, is the only way any news should be delivered.
Yeah.
Like in a
wrestling event?
Yeah, dude. I think it's honestly, it's kind of fucked up that Trump didn't let Cena fire Comey.
Yeah.
We have compromised to a permanent end the career of James Comey.
Then the Undertaker puts him in a casket.
Right. He fuck yous James Comey through a
choke slams him.
Yeah.
James Comey's just like, is this a joke?
Yeah.
Is it a joke?
I saw a wrestling thing when I was a kid at like USA Arena where it was the Undertaker versus Yokozuna. Remember Yokozuna?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's just like this like sumo wrestler.
I thought that Yokozuna was like the Yokozuna. I didn't realize that Yokozuna was like a weight class in sumo.
Oh shit, yeah. I
thought he was like, that was like, Japan does the sumo thing. This is the guy.
Yokozuna.
And he wasn't just some fat piece of shit. Wasn't he was like Mexican, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
There's no way he was actually Japanese.
Yeah.
But I just saw the Undertaker like choke slam him into a casket. They made like a special casket.
I was never into wrestling, but the one thing I do remember is when was it the Undertaker dragged Big Show's dead dad like for behind his car, or maybe it wasn't the Undertaker, it was somebody.
They're always doing something.
I remember that's where I learned the term terminal in relation to disease was from wrestling.
Nice,
because his dad had terminal cancer.
That means the kind where you die.
For anyone that says that wrestling is dumb, okay, I learned a word from it.
You ever get in trouble for doing Suck It?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me and Adam talked about that.
Oh, for sure.
I met fucking X-Pac 2 years ago.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
Well, it was weird because I went on Kurt's podcast and I was doing a character and X-Pac was there. And like to everyone else, I was clearly a character, but I was.
X-Pac thought this shit was real.
I thought it was real. I said I was a transracial student from the Granola College of the Mountains.
Oh, that's great. Good for you.
And that I identified as many different races other than white, and you can't tell me. I think this is like right around when the Dolezal thing happened. But afterwards, X-Pac's like, "Hey, are you really like a transracial guy?" I was like, "No, man. I'm a comedian. That's like a bit." We're doing for the show. And he was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
I wish I'd seen that sex tape he did. Remember
I've seen it. Yeah, you can see it's online.
I gotta get that.
Yeah,
I hope it's on Pornhub.
Yeah, it's weird. I've never watched any celebrity sex tape. Like I've just accidentally seen parts of them.
Yeah, that's why I can never do it because it's like, okay, I'm watching porno to come. I want to laugh separate from my pants being off. It's like, it's just not, celebrities don't fuck good.
Yeah,
they're just celebrities.
I saw Dog the Bounty. I was at a birthday party and Dog the Bounty Hunter was there too.
And why every dude with a sex tape got a mullet?
That's true.
It's a lot of wrestlers, right?
It's a lot of wrestlers.
Basically,
old 80s rock dudes.
Yeah.
We were talking about JCVD earlier. Do you know? You seen Time Cop?
Yeah.
And I probably said this on the podcast too before, but I love in Time Cop where they, the beginning of the movie, it's like 1994, right? And then they jump to 2004. That's the time frame.
Yeah.
So in 94, it's like when they filmed the movie, JCVD, no mullet, right? No mullet at all. But then they cut forward to 2004 and he's got a mullet. They were like, oh, it'll come back. It's going to come. It'll be back by then for sure.
The writers had many meetings.
Yeah. It tried to do a little comeback, probably around like 2007. Remember people had like Euro mullets?
Yeah, no, I think
Kanye had a weird, like shaved shag going on.
Yeah. Well, they went so crazy. Like if you look at old pictures of like Stamos or like you work any shitty comedy club.
Oh, yeah.
And all the headshots on the wall where like everyone is like, it's all men wearing eyeliner with like the fluffiest, most like that's got to be like a $900 mullet.
Yeah.
That you paid
the layers on it.
Yeah. And then it's like, Dirk Rogers, fucking best comic in Alabama. The guy died of like testicular cancer in 1998. Doing his fucking, it's the fucking headshot walls at comedy clubs is a sad story.
It is it's the most fun part is just looking at the.
Did you ever go to Wiseacres?
Nah, I wasn't around.
Man. Dude, that Wiseacres wall.
The fallen soldiers.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
That one, my favorite one was just, it was a guy in front of a drum set and then it just said the drum comic. And I can't imagine.
He had too many sticks.
How bad of a fucking show that was to see.
Ooh, that's so fun.
It's just not a comic. It's a different thing. It's like a chef. It's like, oh, the chef comedian. Nope, it's a chef.
I mean, that sounds great. Just going in, drumming funny. Like you start out with one rhythm, you end up with a different one. It's crazy.
Yeah. I want to be the steel drum comedian.
There you go. Do it.
Yeah.
You can be. There isn't one now.
Yeah.
There used to be a dude who used to play the steel drum in front of the Giant in Columbia Heights on 14th Street.
They had like an RIP to some road dog whose like heart exploded. They had like the article about it on the wall of Wiseacres. Yeah, pretty much. Like a beloved member of this community.
I gotta get I used to look at Richard Belzer's headshot at the Improv all the time.
Yeah,
I want to copy
from like 1981.
Yeah, and it's like him just by the fucking.
Dude, they got some fucking old headshots there. Yeah, for like a club.
I got to redo some of those shot for shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my plan. Black and white with a vest on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's like a very elaborate Pierre Cardin.
Yeah. It's cool. Some of them have like Bill Burr's old headshot when he was Billy Burr.
Lil Billy Burr.
Yeah. Those are always weird to see. I guess we should end this one on a banger. So I got a sketch not prepared, but we're going to go to Wikipedia and then hit random page.
Okay.
And then we're going to riff on it.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Throw up the lob.
This is Nathaniel Tarn. So Nathaniel Tarn is an American poet, essayist, anthropologist. So
poet,
Dana, do you have anything on that?
It sounds like he sucks. What an idiot.
Here's mine. Nathaniel Tarn. What in tarnation? Who is that? Okay, well that's the episode. Thanks guys for hanging out.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you guys. We'll be back next week for the final Come Town West.
Yeah.
Before I return to Saudi Arabia. Where I do Come Town Far East. Yeah.
I wish you say
Come Town Far East. That would be good. Yeah.
Can you enter a gong? Put a gong in. Yeah. Right there.
Mm-hmm. We're going to make Stav become Chinese. Yo, dude, we got to tell the story when we get back. But Stav lost his front tooth.
What?
Yeah. No. He's got some weird disease.
Just eating pussy too much?
I guess. I mean, he already looked like a baby, right?
Yeah.
Bald. And now he's got like a missing tooth.
Oh, my God.
It's so funny. I mean, he's fucked, dude. I mean, I hate myself, but I can't imagine, being...
He should just wear a bonnet now.
Yeah, he should.
Lean in.
Mm-hmm.
The Gerber grown-up.
He's going to have to convince women to breastfeed him. That's going to be how he handles his horniness.
You know he's willing to, so that's a start.
I feel like it's unfair to talk about him without him being able to sit here and just go, no, bitch, no. And not refute any of these things because
he's doing it online.
Objective fact.
He'll leave the comments. Oh, yeah, true.
Adam and Stav won't listen to this show.
Yeah. Oh, good.
I don't listen to fucking
podcast. I'm not going to listen to the last few minutes.
Yeah,
Jamel, you can kiss my ass. I'm not going to hear myself say that. To me,
right?
Yeah. Why would I?
What kind of psychopath do you have to be to listen to yourself on a recording?
To like relive a conversation that you had already.
Yeah,
right.
Honestly, bro, I do. I listen to everything line for line, and I have a dry erase board.
Do you?
And then I take notes, and then I take pictures of the notes. Then I wipe the board off.
Mm-hmm.
That's it,
I've tried to do dry erase boards multiple times in my life.
Really
felt too real. Wasn't real.
Really trying to gauge how serious you were about that. No, because sometimes, I mean, if it's for like, people take comedy stuff very seriously. If you're like doing that for your jokes, I couldn't be like, that's stupid.
I've listened to every Come Town I've been on and did 100 push-ups.
How about Nathaniel Tard?
That's already better.
Nathaniel Tarn.
2 minutes.
So yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to vandalize this Wikipedia page right now for Nathaniel Tarn and change it to Nathaniel Tard.
Oh, it's jailbroken.
And and I'm going to get. Here's what you guys can do.
Nathaniel Tarna, the inventor of the chicken Tarna, Zanku chicken.
Nathaniel Tard.
Yeah.
He's an American poet and Tard was educated.
Also retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to edit this, and then they're going to change it back, and then you guys, the listeners, are going to go on Wikipedia and continue to change it back to Nathaniel Tard until they have to lock this article, until it ruins some nerd's day.
There'll also be a poll. Text 875 with the word yes if you think Nathaniel Tarn should be gay and retarded.
Yeah.
Or no if you think he should just
text
be
joke
either or.
FAGGOT if you would like to hear more. I'm going to do a find and replace on this. New note.
Control F.
Yeah, paste. Yeah.
Baby.
Control F. Replace. Place Tarn with Tard.
Nailed it.
There we go. And we're going to save. This is nice. This feels like a Bob Ross how to vandalize Wikipedia session. He was like a DI, right?
A what?
Like a drill instructor.
I did not know that.
Yeah. That's why he went into painting, because he got tired of yelling at people and he wanted to do something calm. I'm like that, dude. I feel like after podcasting, I'm going to go into... yeah, there we go. This is perfect. Nathaniel Tard, born 1928 in Paris, is an American poet, essayist, anthropologist, and translator. Perfect. Well, that's that's an evening, I guess. Guys, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
If you guys want any more of this incisive political commentary, brief recaps of Wikipedia articles I've read on the death penalty, and the sprinkling of
Plantation Talk was in there.
Plantation Talk, that kind of stuff. If you want to subscribe to the podcast, tell your family about it, especially if you have any, older folks in your family.
Yeah, this is for vets. This is for war vets.
Yeah. Actually, we're gonna start a new spinoff for veterans to help them get over PTSD, where we talk very calmly and then we go bah bah bah, and we yell all of a sudden, and then it will condition them to no longer be afraid of loud noises.
Great plan.
Yeah.
Sign off for it. We already getting tax breaks to do this. So.
Well, yeah, perfect. You guys are great. Thank you.